Hey, Danny K coming to you from Danny K Gym and Wellness. Today's tip is kind of like a check-in. Today is the last day of the week, work week, whatever. It's Friday, and that's the kind of day, that's the day that I always tell you guys to weigh in. Don't weigh in on Monday because that's after the weekend and we've kind of probably screwed up. Drank a little much, ate a little too much, football especially season here and everything. So on Friday you weigh in and you look at what you've done. If the scale went down, if that's your goal and the scale went down, then you've been successful. If the scale did not go down, and that's what you're trying to get it to do, then you weren't successful. So, what you want to do is look through that week and figure out, if you weren't successful, where did you screw up? Did you eat too much? Did you not do enough workout? Did you skip a couple of workouts? Did you overeat, undereat, whatever, not get enough water in, and basically with that, you're accepting your failure for what you've done, because the scale went up. So obviously you've failed at losing weight. I don't like the word fail, but you know what I mean? Like, you did not succeed. So to be, in this world, there are successful and unsuccessful people there, whether it's job, whether it's workout, whether it's relationship, whether it's business, you're either successful or you're unsuccessful. So if you were unsuccessful, let's say, not fail, but if you were unsuccessful at reaching your goals, then, kind of assess, process, and take responsibility for what you failed at what you didn't quite achieve correctly, as far as maybe you didn't get that food in, you didn't get the water in, you didn't get the workout in. Life happens and shit happens, but if you're able to, one, take the responsibility of it, and two, like I said, assess it and see where you went wrong and then correct it, and then the next week you should say, when you get down to Friday or whatever and check that scale, then you should be successful at the weight loss, again, if that is your goal. Most people want to lose weight, but as far as like the unsuccessful people, the people that probably will stop coming to the gym, stop working out, stop going to the track and doing their workouts, stop eating proper, there are the unsuccessful people. They won't take responsibility for what they've done or what they didn't do in order to see the results that they wanted to see. So if they didn't get to the gym, well, it was this person's fault, well, it was that person's fault. We're always, those types of people are going to be pointing the finger at other people. Well, remember, anytime when you're pointing the finger at someone, you got these three pointing back at you. So, don't always blame someone else for something that you mainly have control over. Don't give the power to someone else. Don't give that power to someone else that, oh, I didn't make it to the gym 3 days because, this person over here kept me. And may be true. Maybe it was something that happened with the family. Maybe, God forbid, somebody had to go into the hospital or whatever, and you couldn't make it to the gym. Well, don't blame it on that person. Take the responsibility, see what it was, and say, you know what, well, that unfortunate incident happened and made me not be able to get to the gym. Okay, this is why the scale didn't go down. Okay, so next week, God forbid, and Lord willing, nothing will happen. And so I can get back on track and stay on track. But that type of person is successful. That type of person will always be successful when they can actually take the responsibility on their self for what they didn't do. Like I said, shit happens. Things get in the way, life, whatever, job, family, whatever, it gets in the way of certain things that you want to, goals that you want to achieve by the end of the week or by the end of the month or by the end of the day. So, but the thing is, if you want to be a successful person, and if you are a successful person, you're not going to be pointing the finger at someone else as to why you didn't get that done. Okay, well, I didn't get all my paperwork done because Billy Bob was standing over here talking. Well, you know what? You have a mouth and you can say, Billy Bob, I need to get my work done. You need to go back to your little cubicle and you get your shit done. So don't blame other people. If you want to be successful, take the responsibility. So if you want to see those results, if you want to see that scale go down, if that's your goal, then you have to take the responsibility for when things don't happen right, and you'll see where you went wrong and correct it the next week or the next day or the next whatever, you know. That is how you become successful, is taking the responsibility as to why it didn't happen and do it. You know, another thing in being successful and being unsuccessful in anything that you do is setting goals. So if you have goals to set, I mean, if you have goals that you want to reach as far as working out or healthy, you know, a healthier way of life, first define healthy, and you know, or you know, nutrition. You want to, you know, you have goals, nutrition goals or something like that, whatever it might be, or you have job goals, or you know, money goals. You want to make X amount of money by the end of the month, or whatever it might be. Set the goal and set the, you know, make the outline and make it happen. If you don't make an outline, if you don't set those goals, if you don't write the goals down, or you know, like even, you know, write the goals down or speak the goals aren't set. And so then there's no thing for you to stay true to. And so you're not going to achieve those goals. So again, success versus unsuccessful. You have to be diligent in your own being and your own doing to be successful. The other ways, blaming other people, not setting goals, you know, just all this other stuff. I could go on as a list of things that, you know, why people are unsuccessful, you know, and why people are successful, you know. And if you want to be successful, but you're not quite sure if you're on that right track, find a couple of people that are successful, whether it is job, whether it is relationship, whether it is working out, you know, or eating proper. Find those successful people in those areas that you want to be successful in, and kind of mentor them, you know, and look and see what they're doing, you know, and that's how you'll become successful. Follow the successful people. If you want to be successful, follow the successful people. If you don't want to be successful, stay over here and you know, blame everybody else and do all that stuff over there. But, you know, in actuality, you know, that, like I said, there are two types of people, successful people and unsuccessful people. And, you know, we all have choices and we all suffer consequences, good or bad. We all suffer those consequences of our choices, good or bad. So if we choose good things, you know, we have good choices, we're going to have good consequences. If we choose bad things, we're going to have bad consequences. But at that point in time, we can't blame other people for those choices that we made. I.e., if we've gained 5 pounds at the end of the week, our choice was to either eat the donut or eat the grilled chicken salad. Then at the end of the week, because you've eaten the donut every single day instead of the grilled chicken salad, at the end of the week, we've gained 5 pounds. Okay, well, bad choice got bad consequence. So the only person to blame is you for eating the damn donuts instead of the grilled chicken salads. Don't blame the person that brought the donuts in. Get what I'm saying? That can be an analogy kind of thing through life. You know, you have a good choice and you have a bad choice. When you're faced with that, you know, fork in the road, so to speak, we have choices. So if you make the wrong choice and then at the end there's a bad consequence to that wrong choice, we can't blame other people for that choice that we made. We have to blame ourselves or fix it ourselves or figure out, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. I should have went over here and did this. Okay, that is a successful person. Sometimes we're going to make bad choices, and then but at the end, when we figure it out, like, i.e., if we pick the donut to eat and we've gained 5 pounds, we're going to take responsibility and we're going to say, you know what, I should have eat that donut. So next week when, you know, the coworker brings in those donuts or bagels or whatever, I am not going to eat them. For every donut that I want to eat, I'm going to eat 5 carrot sticks. There is the bad choice, seeing the bad consequence, but you're taking responsibility and you're going to be successful the following week because you're not going to eat that donut. You're going to eat carrot sticks instead. So again, donut and gaining weight, this is just an analogy. It can work in every aspect of life if you kind of, you know, place those things in there. So To be successful, well, you've got two different people, successful and unsuccessful people. To be successful, you, regardless of what your choices were, if you did, sometimes we fail, sometimes we're going to fail, but we have to take responsibility. So that's key. Successful people take responsibility for the failures of their choices or whatever, and try and figure out how to correct that. Like I said, the donut and gaining weight, how are we going to correct that for next week so we don't gain weight? And then 2, setting those goals. You know, you set goals, you're going to achieve those goals. If you write them down and or speak them to a friend, then you're held accountable. If you don't speak them, nobody knows that you had those goals. So nobody knows that you've achieved or didn't achieve. You know what I mean? So choose success. Try and always choose good choices, because no matter what, there's always consequences, good or bad, to your choices. And if you want the good consequences, you must make the good choices. And if you receive a bad consequence, figure out how you can correct it. Take that responsibility on yourself. Don't push it off to someone else. Figure out how you can correct it and make it. That's how people are successful. So stay in tune, stay informed, stay motivated. Bye.